Hey there, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's close to many of our hearts, the feeling of wanting to give up, but finding strength in the belief that God is in control. Life can throw us some curveballs, can't it? But even in the toughest times, it's essential to remember that we're not alone. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's explore this journey together. First things first, let's acknowledge the struggle. Life can be tough, and sometimes it feels like we're drowning in a sea of challenges. Whether it's financial hardships, health issues, relationship struggles, or simply feeling lost and directionless, we've all been there. It's okay to admit when things are hard. In fact, it's essential to acknowledge our feelings and experiences honestly. When we're at our lowest points, it's easy to lose sight of hope. But that's where faith comes in. Faith isn't about having all the answers or never doubting. It's about trusting in something greater than ourselves. For many of us, that something is our belief in God. Even when we can't see the way forward, we can find comfort in knowing that God has a plan for us, and it's a plan filled with hope and purpose. One of the hardest things to do when we're struggling is to let go of control. We like to think that we're in charge of our destinies, but the truth is we're not. Learning to surrender to a higher power can be incredibly freeing. It means releasing our grip on the outcomes and trusting that God's plan is far better than anything we could imagine. Surrendering doesn't mean giving up. It means letting go of the need to have all the answers and allowing God to work in our lives. The Bible is filled with stories of people who faced seemingly insurmountable challenges, but found strength in their faith. From David facing Goliath to Esther saving her people. These stories remind us that we're never alone in our struggles. God is always with us, guiding us and giving us the strength to persevere. When we're feeling discouraged, turning to Scripture can provide us with the encouragement and hope we need to keep going. Patience is a virtue, or so they say. But let's be honest, it's not always easy to wait for things to unfold. When we're in the midst of a trial, it can feel like time is standing still, but patience is essential in our journey of faith. Trusting in God's timing means accepting that things may not happen when or how we want them, but believing that they will happen according to His perfect plan. It's about relinquishing our desire for instant gratification and learning to wait with hope and expectancy. Prayer is our direct line of communication with God. It's where we can pour out our hearts, share our fears and frustrations, and find peace in His presence. When we're feeling overwhelmed, taking time to pray can help us refocus our minds and remember that God is in control. Whether it's through spoken words, silent meditation, or heartfelt cries, prayer is a powerful tool that can bring us comfort and strength in our darkest moment. Life is full of uncertainties, and sometimes the path ahead seems unclear, but that's where faith comes in. Trusting in God means trusting in His wisdom and sovereignty, even when we can't see the way forward. It's about stepping out in faith, knowing that God will guide our steps and lead us exactly where we need to be. Trusting in the unknown can be scary, but it's also incredibly liberating. It's an opportunity to let go of our fears and doubts and fully embrace the adventure of following God's plan for our lives. In the midst of our struggles, it's essential to celebrate the victories, no matter how small they may seem. Whether it's overcoming a fear, reaching a milestone, or simply making it through another day, every victory is a testament to God's faithfulness and provision. By acknowledging and celebrating these moments, we can cultivate a spirit of gratitude and remind ourselves of the progress we've made. And as we look back on how far we've come, we can find the courage and strength to keep pressing on. Remember, no matter what you're facing, you're not alone. God is with you every step of the way, guiding you, strengthening you, and holding you close. So don't give up. Keep pressing on, trusting in the knowledge that God is in control and His plans for you are good. When we're feeling overwhelmed, it's easy to isolate ourselves and try to bear our burdens alone. However, God never intended for us to navigate life's challenges solo. He designed us for community, to support and encourage one another. Don't be afraid to reach out to friends, family, or members of your faith community for support. Sharing our struggles with others not only lightens our load, but also allows us to experience the love and care of those around us. Together, we can find strength in unity and weather even the toughest storms. In the midst of trials, it can be challenging to see the silver lining. However, cultivating an attitude of gratitude can transform our perspective and help us find joy even in difficult circumstances. Take a moment each day to reflect on the blessings in your life, no matter how small. Whether it's a beautiful sunset, a kind word from a friend, or a warm meal, there is always something to be thankful for. By focusing on the positive, we can shift our mindset from despair to hope and find renewed strength to face whatever comes our way. Change is inevitable, yet it can be one of the most challenging aspects of life to accept. Whether it's a job loss, a relocation, or a relationship ending, change forces us out of our comfort zones and into the unknown. However, it's often in times of change that we experience the most growth. Instead of fearing change, embrace it as an opportunity for renewal and transformation. Trust that God is working all things together for your good, and that even in the midst of uncertainty, He remains steadfast and unchanging. Pain and suffering are inevitable parts of the human experience. However, they can also serve as catalysts for growth and transformation. Instead of allowing pain to defeat us, we can choose to find purpose in our suffering. Perhaps it's through comforting others who are going through similar struggles, or advocating for causes close to our hearts. Whatever form it takes, finding meaning in our pain can bring a sense of fulfillment and purpose to our lives. Trust that God can use even the darkest moments for His glory, and that your suffering is never in vain. In today's social media-driven world, it's all too easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others. However, comparison is the thief of joy and can lead to feelings of inadequacy and despair. Instead of measuring your worth against someone else's achievements or possessions, focus on running your own race. God created you with unique gifts, talents, and experiences, and He has a unique plan for your life. Embrace who you are, celebrate your strengths, and trust that God will use your unique gifts for His purposes. We often hold ourselves to impossibly high standards, berating ourselves for our perceived failures and shortcomings. However, God's love for us is unconditional, and He extends grace and compassion to us in our times of need. Learn to treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that God offers. Be gentle with yourself when you make mistakes, and remember that you are worthy of love and forgiveness. By nurturing self-compassion, you can cultivate a greater sense of peace and acceptance within yourself. In moments of doubt and uncertainty, cling to the promises of God's Word. He has promised to never leave us or forsake us, to give us hope and a future, and to work all things together for our good. His promises are a source of comfort and assurance, reminding us that we are loved, cherished, and valued beyond measure. Take time each day to meditate on God's promises, allowing His truth to permeate your heart and mind. As you rest in His promises, you will find renewed strength and confidence to face whatever comes your way. No matter what you're going through, don't give up hope. God is in control, and He has a plan for your life that is greater than anything you could ever imagine. So cling to your faith, trust in His promises, and know that He is with you every step of the way. May you find strength, courage, and peace in the knowledge that you are never alone. Forgiveness is a powerful act that can set us free from the burdens of resentment and bitterness. When we hold on to grudges, we only hurt ourselves in the long run. Instead, choose to forgive those who have wronged you, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Just as God has forgiven us, we are called to extend that same grace to others. It's not always easy, but through prayer and a willingness to let go of past hurts, we can experience the healing power of forgiveness in our lives. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity stronger than before. It's not about avoiding challenges, but facing them head on with courage and determination. Building resilience takes time and effort, but it's a skill that can be developed through practice and perseverance. Remember that setbacks are not failures, but opportunities for growth. Trust in your ability to overcome obstacles and know that with God's strength, you can weather any storm that comes your way. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, but in reality, it takes great strength to open ourselves up to others and share our true selves. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we invite deeper connections and authentic relationships into our lives. It's okay to admit when we're struggling and to ask for help when we need it. By embracing vulnerability, we create space for God's love and grace to work in and through us, transforming our weaknesses into strengths. Life is a journey, filled with ups and downs, twists and turns. But amidst the challenges, there is also beauty to be found. Take time to appreciate the little things, the laughter of a child, the beauty of nature, the warmth of the sun on your face. Cultivate a spirit of joy and gratitude, knowing that each moment is a gift from God. Even in the midst of trials, there is still much to be thankful for. Choose to focus on the positive, and you'll find that joy has a way of finding you, even in the darkest of times. At the end of the day, love is what it's all about. God's love for us is unconditional, unwavering, and unending. It's a love that surpasses all understanding and transforms our lives from the inside out. When we surrender to God's love, we find peace, hope, and fulfillment beyond measure. Allow His love to wash over you, healing your wounds and filling you with a sense of purpose and belonging. And as you experience the depth of God's love for you, let it overflow onto those around you, spreading hope and healing wherever you go. And so we come to the end of our journey together. I hope that you found encouragement, inspiration, and hope in our exploration of the theme, Don't Give Up. Trusting that God is in control. Remember, no matter what challenges you may be facing, you are never alone. God is with you always, guiding you, strengthening you, and holding you close. So don't give up. Keep pressing on, knowing that the best is yet to come. Until next time, take care, and may God bless you abundantly.